Hey, one and all, welcome back to Netflix Football with another episode of the FPL podcast. Yeah, I know it's been a long time since we have had such a discussion, and with me, the most notorious, the most expected, Mr. AYAN DASGUPTA. Let us welcome on screen Ananda. How's life? How's life?
Yeah, life is pretty good at the moment with the coronavirus threat slowly but steadily ebbing away. So we are getting back into the old normal, and yeah, it's good.
Harshit, thanks for joining in. This is a podcast. He's usually my best mates, but he's single, so he has joined in good company. So thanks for Harshit for joining in. So basically we'll be talking about the FPL differentials and transfers that we happen because the transfer deadline for the FPL is at 10 p.m. IST. Then we'll talk about the transfer deadline day that just happened yesterday, all the deals that went through, and we'll top it off with United versus Southampton, a glimpse into the match, the crucial match that we have today. Okay, Ajit, thanks for joining in as well. Ajit is a football enthusiast, so he also plays PES. So, without much further ado, let's go into the FPL podcast and let's talk about FPL transfers. I'm opening up my FPL account. Just a second. Just a second. कहाँ गया? Yeah, मिल गया. So this is my FPL team which had been left untouched since the last podcast. Yeah, I know I was busy and I was lazy at the same point of time. And without Ananda, it doesn't feel like doing another FPL podcast. So I left FPL all of a sudden. And I had this juju like if man until or unless United are on top and we win the Premier League, I will when United are on top. That's why I don't have any United players in the team, number one. And that's why I do not play FPL when United are on. I'm so like so much into this. Okay, so here's the team. Here's my team. If you can see, and I'll zoom out a bit. So surprisingly, Emi Martinez has given me a lot of points with Salah, as well as surprise selection Patrick Bamford. But Calvert-Lewin and Timo Werner, especially Timo Werner, Ananda will discuss with us why it is important to actually have Timo Werner at this point of time. Ananda, just take over.
Well, see, with Thomas Tuchel coming into Chelsea, uh, we could expect that new manager bounce. We have had that with Marcos Alonso and Cesar Azpilicueta stepping up and helping Chelsea over the line against Burnley. So mm, I am guessing that Thomas Tuchel will address the biggest, I don't
Elephant
want
in
to.
the room.
But yes, Timo Werner, he's a phenomenal talent. He has not performed at all in Chelsea colors. So he will probably try and bring out Timo Werner's best abilities. And also, along with him, Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech. But no, see, I think, have had Timo Werner since for a very long time. And to tell you the truth, I really don't think you should hold on to him because you need to get other players in who have better fixtures at this point in time. But yeah, I think Timo Werner will start providing more goals as the season goes on. But yeah, for this season, I don't think he will be a great asset. Next season, we'll have to wait and see. So
Like
I think you have not done a transfer this
no,
game week
no,
yet. So
no.
I would suggest you take
Let's go.
Werner out.
Let's go into the transfers. I have two transfers remaining.
Two
So Timo
transfers,
Werner,
yes.
you're suggesting to take off Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Shall our viewers stick with actually Calvert Lewin at this point of time, especially with the signing of Josh King for Everton?
Yeah, I mean, Calvert-Lewin, he is Everton's main forward at the moment, and let me tell you about his fixtures, which are Leeds away this game week. So, and as we know, Leeds are not great defensively. You can expect goals from Calvert-Lewin. Uh,
Mm.
then is a away trip to Manchester United, who
Right.
again, uh, they are hot and cold in defense. They one day they defend like their heroes, the next day they defend like their school children. So that could also be a good shout for Calvert Lewin. Then comes Fulham
Mhm.
at home, obviously a
Mhm.
great matchup for him. So looking at these fixtures, then comes the Merseyside derby, which he had got a goal last time around. So
Right.
yeah, definitely stick with Calvert Lewin at this point in time.
So whom do you suggest that I should replace Timo Werner with? Because it's a hot selection. Just because
Yes.
Kane is
Now,
injured, Bamford, Vardy, all injured. Already, I have Bamford in my team. Even the top four players, I have three players in them, like Bamford. And if I had to select Vardy, because I have the bank at this moment of time for 10.7, so I'd get Vardy. But this is not a promising sign, is it? His injury
no,
at
no.
this crucial conjuncture.
You see, the main problem us managers have been having this season in FPL is choosing the forwards,
Right.
because look at these brackets, because Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy are at the top, 11.1 and 10 respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Most of the managers either had Kane or Vardy as their main striker, and then
Right.
they built the other two strikers with a little bit lesser budget, because
Mm-hmm.
the midfielders are also very very pricey.
Mm.
Now you come to that next batch of forwards that includes
Vardy,
Danny Ings.
Wilson, Calvert-Lewin, and Ollie Watkins.
Yes, but they are a bit down. I mean, they
The
are a bit
pecking
cheaper.
order.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, like, according to their budget. That is, just hold on a second. Let me get this in my laptop. Uh, yeah. So next in line you have the likes of Martial, Lacazette, in that 8 to 9 price
Martial.
range.
When the hell
Danny,
did he score a goal?
no, I'm just saying that you have these type of forwards in there. Then
Mhm.
comes Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who had a great start to the season. He has ebbed away, but as I said earlier, I am still expecting him to get back among the goals. And then
Mhm.
you have the likes of Callum Wilson, Ollie Watkins, Patrick Bamford, and also and who else? And Antonio. Antonio is a very good selection at this point in time. So
Mhm.
it become very difficult with this Kane and Vardy injury to actually choose which strikers or which forwards you need to have in your team. And
Mhm.
looking at your team, you have Bamford, you have Calvert-Lewin. I suggest you stick with them, no problem.
Mhm.
For Werner, I would suggest at this point of time, since you cannot get either Vardy or Kane because they are injured and the return dates are still not so sure,
Mhm.
I would suggest you go with Antonio, West Ham, because West Ham have good fixtures coming up, and hopefully Antonio has
Let's
been
just have a
scoring.
look at those fixtures that
Yeah,
West Ham have. They're against Aston Villa.
Villa
Then they
away.
travel to
Then
Fulham,
yeah.
at home to Sheffield United, then Tottenham, Man City, Leeds, Man United, Arsenal. So we can
So
actually
what I'm suggesting is that you bring in Antonio. You have these 3 good game weeks there,
right,
and
right.
then if Kane and Vardy, if they're fit, you can get them back again.
So okay, so I've brought in Antonio for Timo Werner, and I have
But
actually got another
yeah, you have
transfer at
two transfers
4.1
left.
in the bank. Do you
So you
suggest
have,
because United? Yeah, go on.
yeah, yeah, your defenders are Justin Robertson and Diaz. All three, I think, will play. And you have Lamina. Lamina will not really get you points. Lamina is at
He's the bench.
4.5.
He's the bench. Would
He's the bench
like
guy.
I
Yeah.
just keep him there for the sake of it.
You have Ward Prowse at 6, right?
Right. So we can actually sacrifice Ward-Prowse because he's going
Yeah,
in
yeah.
for like against Man United, and I hope that United will come through this match. So if I just had to go with the midfielders at this point of time, top midfielders, I will not take Bruno. I have 10.1. I cannot take Bruno at this point of time. I have Salah, Son, Grealish. Mane is out
Yes.
of the question. Even he is injured.
Again,
Zaha is
10
there.
point. Zaha, I'm not really keen on Zaha because he's that, haul player, because he will give a big haul, then he will go silent for many game weeks and then again give a haul.
What
Callum
about this
Wilson is
guy?
all, who is this? Thomas Suchek. Yes, Thomas Suchek uh, uh, is that cheap option, that player who is getting you lots of points in midfield. Now,
Mhm.
no, let me actually tell you about uh, price ranges. You have 10.1, right?
Right. We'll take a few
So
comments. Okay.
yeah,
Ajit,
yeah.
I always see this, but I don't know how to do. Ajit, DM me in the Instagram. I will tell you what to do and what not. Shojan says, Son out, Barnes in.
And actually, but I am going to say that Barnes is a good choice. Don't get Shojan wrong. Barnes is a good choice, but not for Son. That is the main thing. If you have another player and you can have Barnes in like that, go for that. But not
Hmm.
Son to Barnes.
Hmm. So, whom do you say? This is a very difficult
Oh,
choice
yes,
because,
because again, the budget you have and that bracket does not have any other good players except Son, who you already have.
right.
Uh, I can suggest. Will you go
We
with
can
Rashford? Do
actually
you
go
want
for
to
a
go with
Rashford
Rashford?
because I think Rashford is due a goal at this match. But again, that juju, I don't take United players.
You
But
won't take it.
let me tell you one thing on that. As you can see, Harvey Barnes, James Maddison, Yuri Tielemans, three of Leicester's midfield among the higher echelons of the midfield total points because I've sorted this with total points. And isn't that a testament of how amazing Leicester is having their season right now? And that just goes under the radar.
Yes, Leicester is always a team that goes under the radar. They perform, and they perform silently. There's a silent killers to the Premier League. But yes, as I said, Harvey Barnes has been in great form.
Hmm.
You just can you open up Harvey Barnes's history?
Sure. So this is Harvey Barnes. I just
Yeah,
zoomed
and
in.
look at
So Harvey
these
Barnes,
last 6 game weeks. You look at that. He has gotten a return except one. He's gotten a return in every game except one.
goal or an assist everywhere. So do you
Yeah.
suggest that I go for Harvey Barnes considering the Leicester go against Fulham and they don't have Vardy and he's the main goal scoring outlet at this point of time? One
Yes,
of the main.
obviously, I would very well suggest Harvey Barnes because, as you've seen, he's in the form. He's getting goals. He's getting assists. So yeah, he's a very good choice.
So definitely let us confirm this transfer. So no free hit. I still have the pre-hit. I still have the wild card, which I did not play. I still have the bench boost as well. So let us set up the team at this point of time. So Martinez
Yes,
starts on goal.
yeah.
Robertson, Ruben Diaz, Vestergaard will be injured. So
Justin
let's
comes in
keep
place of him.
Justin comes in. Oh, it doesn't happen like that anymore. So Justin comes in place. My bench is non-usable at this point of time, considering the fact that Grealish, Salah, Harvey Barnes, and Heung-min Son all will start. Bamford, Mikhail Antonio, and Calvert Lewin, all of them
All
very,
of them
very
will start,
crucial.
and just Bamford. There is a slight injury concern, but if he
He'll play.
doesn't play, you have Lemina on the bench, so
He
no
will play.
problem.
Definitely 75% chances of playing against Everton. High scoring match. Marcelo Bielsa against Carlo Ancelotti. I don't see anyone other than Bamford who has given 15 points in the last match to be dropped because of a muscular injury.
A
Oh,
fun fact actually, Leeds has kept a clean sheet against Everton last time around.
okay.
I hope will not
Avnish
happen this
saying
time.
that sing Hall of Fame. Why would I go and sing in a podcast, man? So, okay, that's pretty much about the FPL thing. Just one more thing on that. Whom do you think should be a captain choice? Because most of the players, FPL players, have this kind of a midfield. Son, Grealish, Salah, all of them in there, even Calvert-Lewins and Bamfords. Whom do you think should be captain and vice captain for this particular game week?
This particular game week, it's very easy as because Salah is playing Brighton at home. So Mohamed Salah with the captain's armband, he's gotten 2 goals in the last game. He's back with that goal scoring touch. So Salah all the way. If you don't have Bruno, for those who have Bruno, he has just got one assist in his last 5 games. So I am guessing he's due for a big haul. So you
Mhm.
could also go with Bruno or make him a vice captain. It's as per your choice because most of you will have Bruno in your team.
So for the moment, I'm sticking with Salah, and my vice captain
Absolutely.
is Calvert Lewin, which I'll change actually, which I'll keep it at Harvey Barnes because he is on an exceptional form at this moment of time. So let's just save the team. Any more advice, one-liners for FPL enthusiasts right here? Because we'll move on to the transfer deadline section. Before that, Ananda?
Yeah, the one thing is that Manchester City are playing Burnley, who they have a brilliant record against. So if you have City players, especially Gundogan or Sterling or Mahrez, you can very well captain them.
Definitely. So let's move on to the next section of the stream where it is transfer deadline day. We just had transfer deadline day yesterday, and so I'll try a different view. Okay, this is not. Okay, on the went and won by. Okay, this is better. So transfer deadline day had seen very few deals because of the pandemic, very honestly, and after that, like we saw Sanson coming into Aston Villa. Andre Villas was hanging in the resignation because Marseille board did not want approve the signing that he wanted. All the rumors around here and there. Sergio Ramos being a pre-contract signing for Man United. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is going on loan to West Bromwich Albion. Ben Davis, not the Tottenham one, the Preston one, joining Liverpool, is a 6 foot one in centre half slash left back. Caicedo, who United have been linked with a long time, has joined Brighton and Hove Albion, probably edging Jan Bissouma out of the way because he's due for a move. He's that brilliant at this point of time. And Takumi Minamino joining Southampton and Mustafi joining Shalga. So more on that, on the your thoughts that a very timid transfer window, mainly because of COVID or other factors as well.
But yeah, no, mainly because of COVID, I also believe because the players coming in and going out in different countries, different protocols, all that, keeping in mind all that. Uh, and also the Premier League being such so turbulent this time around, managers are, I think, also finding it difficult to actually see who they want and who they not want. Jurgen Klopp, I would say, has done a good job here getting in two centre backs because I think Joel Matip is out for the season. Van
Right,
Dijk is still not anywhere near recovery. So
right.
they needed this. They needed centre backs. They have got it, and they're still playing good, so they will come back to mount the title challenge very strongly.
True.
Takumi Minamino going to Southampton is going to be very good for him, in fact, because he had not been getting playing time in Liverpool. Hopefully he gets that in Southampton because he's a top talent.
Because any way to start for a Liverpool team is to play for Southampton anyway, right?
Yeah, obviously, because Southampton is Liverpool B or Liverpool's youth squad, or what, however you may want to put it.
Okay, Man United Herbert says Liverpool trying to retain their title while United always content with top four. We have no options, bro, at this point of time. Sunil SG, bro, hi, bro. We'll come back with the PES stream at 10:30 if battery persists. Do you think the statement that Herbert just said that Liverpool are showing actually intent because Klopp was crying in the mid of January, crying out for a centre back as well as with the referees. Finally, has got in Ozan Kabak, who has come from a Schalke team that has shipped in 41 or more goals in, and they're rock bottom like Sheffield United. Do you think that Liverpool have the solidity in defense at this point of time? What Jurgen Klopp wanted?
Well, see, any good defense needs a great partnership. They need understanding, which Liverpool are lacking. Like when Virgil van Dijk was there,
Hmm.
Andrew Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold could go forward. We having the thought in mind that if any mistake they make or any mistake others make, Virgil van Dijk will be there to stop that ball. Now
Right.
you will see that yes, although Robertson is moving much forward, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been shackled. He cannot go
Right.
up and down like he used to because there's no one at the back protecting that defense, like Virgil van Dijk does. Now Liverpool have two centre backs coming in, new centre backs. They need time to gel with their partners in defense. So I'm not actually looking at a smooth Liverpool defense again. A bit better than what actually is at this time, but
Mhm.
as we have seen this season, teams are breaking down Liverpool's defense much more easier than the last. So it's not going to be easy at all for Liverpool to mount a great title defense. They will be there. They will be in the top three, I will say, and they will obviously challenge for it. But I cannot see them outright winning the title again. Man City. You can see what Pep has actually done to Man City's defense. I don't quite remember the last time they actually conceded in the Premier League with Ruben Dias and John Stones. That has been a fantastic
Reminiscing.
partnership in there.
The likes
So
of Nathan Ake being wasted on the bench and people are losing their minds of Van de Beek not starting for Man United. Like, I don't get the thing. Okay, Herbert says that Stat attack, we are fifth worst team to create big chances and sixth worst defensive record. That is not a title winning team. Herbert, you're absolutely right, because United at this point of time nowhere near champions elect at this point of time. What I feel, United still need two or three world class players to this team, and I think, and people easily forget that this is a team that is very young at this point of time, very young. Title winning squads have experiences in the team. You can see this team, particular this batch of players, maybe 2 3 years down the line, starting to dominate the Premier League. I don't care who says what about Rashford being a 5 year player. You remember Raheem Sterling, a headless chicken when he was, until Pep actually coached him into the second season and he became what he is with the help of the likes of David Silva as well as Kevin De Bruyne. United are trying to get there. Pogba is playing well. Just try to appreciate the fact that we are in the top four race without spending as much of what we needed, but at the same point of time, this is a work in progress. You have to just trust your instincts. Okay, one main question to Ayanda: Lingard to West Ham. We forgot this.
Yes.
Serious note. On a
Well, as
serious note, how important is it a deal for him as well as for West Ham?
well, I'm not really quite sure about that because being a Manchester United fan, to tell everyone the truth, everyone knows that we did not want Lingard in the team because we have seen him, underperform on various occasions. West Ham are not actually playing that bad with the team they have. They're I think in sixth or seventh position, uh,
Six,
around
seventh
there.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing a really good job. Their players, their defense is quite good. Declan Rice is bossing that midfield.
Mhm.
Antonio is getting
Thomas
back among
Tuchel
the
coming
goals.
up with the goals and assists on a
Thomas
regular
Tuchel, yes,
basis.
absolutely.
Michael
So
Antonio as well.
I don't really understand why actually David Moyes went for him. Maybe because he knows has a good relation with him since he was when during his time at Man United. But Lingard as an attacking midfielder or a winger in this West Ham team, I don't know what David Moyes is thinking. Probably he has some plan, but I'm not seeing like I'm not treating this as a really big transfer for us Manchester United fans. Yes, definitely Lingard has gone out, but I don't know if he will be that beneficial for West Ham.
That's quite a fact. And talking about Manchester United right now, because United have a game versus Southampton, which is crucial for both parts of the title race. Because I said in a podcast earlier that it needs one result here and there to totally topple the whole league table, because it's that tight and it's that congested between the top 10. So United had a shock defeat versus Sheffield where their defense was amazing. Cavani having a few, like, since the Liverpool game, Cavani is not firing at all. We strikers have this patch. Martial has enraged me. I am the biggest Martial fanboy, advocated Martial fanboy, but he looks like his older self, like he was with Jose Mourinho. He's shipped out on the left wing and he seems nowhere in the midst of play. Because, and as well, the fact that Rashford is out wide, the main thing that happened last season is continuity. Rashford on left wing, Martial through the center forward zone, and we saw them combine when they weren't there. We saw Bruno come in, and all of them got their fair share of goals. And the biggest testament to that is the amazing performance Marcus Rashford dropped, starting on a prominent left winger zone, and he destroyed Trent Alexander-Arnold, scored a wonderful goal, and made an outrageous assist. And he is just amazing when he's playing at left wing. Despite of that, his returns are very good. Around 15 goal plus assist contributions already in this season in the Premier League, if I'm not wrong, or maybe all over. I'm not sure about the statistic, but how, again, Southampton, Fred and McTominay, you see coming in for the Southampton match, because they run you all over the park. Takumi Minamino might just get to start, and Southampton might just get that whole player or that player who plays behind the striker and gets unnoticed, because he's a very good player. And suddenly you pair him up with Danny Ings or even bring him up from the bench and unlock those deep defenses. How difficult and how much is Ole's job on the line by us United fans again if a mishap happens between Southampton, because we are not particularly good on at home this season.
Yes, Southampton is always a difficult fixture, as you saw in the previous game where United did make a late comeback. And yes, Takumi Minamino, I think, will play a part as a starter or a sub,
Mhm.
because uh, James Ward-Prowse has been deployed by Hasanutel in a much more defensive midfield sort of place. And
Right.
not he doesn't attack as much as he used to in the previous seasons.
Right.
Uh, but Southampton also have had their woes. They are not in a great sort of form. The way they started off with their defense. Okay, so Herbert says he can't. He was not registered for the game.
Right.
So okay, then that is one thing off our
Good
chest.
news.
So yeah, so Southampton have not really been in great form recently, just like us also.
Right. Right.
So yeah, this is again another game that could well be decided in the midfield. And also,
Mhm.
we need our defenders to stop Danny Ings because we know how dangerous he is. And coming to our players, Martial, yes, Martial has had a terrible season so far. Uh, Even when he was deployed as a forward in the earlier part of the season, he
But
just
that's the thing, Anand, isn't it? That we did not see any continuity. What Martial did, he had a barren run in similar, maybe lesser in the first half of the season. Then he got injured. Then he came back and he played all those games without an injury. Mason Greenwood coming in from the flank and maybe deploying him over there. And that combination, especially the ones which we saw between Bruno, Rashford, and Martial post lockdown when Man United were unbeaten, where Rashford and Martial either scored in every game. You had each of them scored in every game. Almost either one of them scored or either one of them assisted. And most often than not, they assisted each other.
yeah,
Is that continuity missing? Because Rashford, we all know, loves to play in that left pocket or left space where he can hassle. Because I have seen this that people argue that why cannot Rashford play as a right winger? But what I understand, being a potential football analyst and a wannabe football analyst, is that Rashford's stride is that he the way he dribbles the ball is with the whole of his foot, and he is always in a motion of cutting in. Similarly, a Jadon Sancho, he can dribble the ball with this part of his foot, so that it allows him to come in from the right, where Rashford is always looking to go outside, which when played on the left is his inside. So he is very. So if you have noticed, Ananda, that he is very much incapable of making those inside runs, and whenever he tries to go inside, he's got caught with the ball. So
exactly. Yeah,
go on,
you're
go on.
absolutely right. Your whole deduction is absolutely right. And as you said, the way he dribbles with his whole foot, uh, it is instinct that he will try to cut in and either pass or shoot with his right foot, which he
Right.
cannot do if he is playing in the right wing. As an inverted striker, he's not that good with his left foot in a shooting position. And
Even
if
you remember, if you remember the Wolves game, the late equalizer, that the late winner that he scored. Imagine the amount of time it took him to come back on the left foot. Like it is in his instinct that he cannot actually turn. But if you recollect that with the goal that he scored against Crystal Palace, the one that he fake shot and that he slotted it past him, it's not that he doesn't have the ability. It's just that that's a mental blockade that is happening for Rashford on the right. Similarly with Martial on the left, and Cavani, I don't know what he's doing, because we would have won that Arsenal match 3-0 if not for Cavani, and the less I say is better. So go on with what we were
No,
saying.
I don't think you can blame Khan because these things happen. The ball is coming at him fast. He just throws a boot. It does not go in. It could have gone in. It just did not.
It should have.
Our luck did not favor us. Uh, but Anthony Martial, one thing I have always hated about him, and still I do, is that because he doesn't show intent. Like it's if it's happening, it's good. If it's not, he's a really casual player, which I don't like. I mean, you are a team who are actually after a long time are actually you are gunning for a title, and
Right.
if you are not actually showing that zeal to actually go and win games, uh, that is very disheartening for us fans to see. I will tell you about against Sheffield. You remember when Bruno lost the ball? He ran the whole length of the pitch with the Sheffield United striker and you know got a tackle in to win that back. So this hunger Martial does not have. I, I don't know what he needs to do to get that back. But yeah. That's
Okay,
very
Neil has
important.
quite a good question. He says, how do you think would United's backline cope up with the pace of Southampton, with the likes of Ings, Adams, Redmond, and also with the exceptionally brilliant second man marking done by Armstrong? So, before going to Ayanda, I just take an opportunity to answer this myself. Is that United, the only way United wins this match is Fred and McTominay plays. I remember having a chat with Neil, the flip side of this fixture last season where Matic and Pogba started and we drew 2-2. Lindelof with a howler at the end and who scored? Oka, I'm not sure. The African player scored. The African striker scored. I'm not sure of that name. He came on from the sub. But the only way United win is through pressing Southampton, beating them with their own game plan. I don't see because Southampton will run riot in midfield. They are one of the most players who press the most run. The players who run the most in the Premier League are Southampton's in there. The industry, the work rate, unparalleled. United will only play well with Fred and McTominay. And I don't know how to say this, but Pogba in a wing position against Southampton might not just work. Maybe you can take a gamble with a Paul Pogba instead of a Scott McTominay, showing his defensive resolution in the last couple of matches. Because what Scott provides is that assurance, and what Paul doesn't is the same. Because he gets caught out of position at crucial ways, and Fred is left. Oh my god! And he picks up his dhuti and runs like it's Gopal Bhar, and he has got a shit up lined up in his arse. And it's like that. It's like that. But at the same point of time, while Paul Pogba is sleeping, Maguire loses his head, wished he was in Greece at the same point of time. Like the Greek prison has a better defensive unit than Man United at this point of time. Jokes apart, United need to start Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood at this point of time. I'd love to see Amad Diallo, but Cavani should be kept on the bench because he's tiring out. And for heaven's sake, bench Wan Bissaka. Not because he's playing bad, because he's a human being. He needs rest. He's the only player alongside Maguire. Central defense, I understand, but he is the right back playing the right winger of our team without a right winger. And like my God, we've seen how casual his tackles have gone. That happens due to fatigue. So, how differently would you like to answer this?
No, nothing different. You have got it spot on. And yes, Wan Bissaka, he is being overworked, and as you said, he's not getting those tackles in because we can't risk, or he himself can't risk himself getting injured at this point in time. But Ole being Ole, Lindelof and Wan Bissaka will start. Maguire and Shaw alongside them.
Shaw has
Uh,
been excellent though.
Shaw has been excellent, except that last game where Nicolas Pepe was just toying with him. Uh, but then again, Harry Maguire has not been bad at all. I don't know what that hate the Man United fraternity have for him or the others, but Maguire has been solid. He's been dependable. Lindelof in the last two games has also been exceptional. So at this point, I'm not worried about the central defense. Shaw, yes, when Shaw comes in front of a left-footed winger, he loses his shit. Right-footed wingers, he's good. He can
Except Mo
take them.
Salah.
He keeps Salah in his pocket for fun. But yeah, and then again, if you bench Wan Bissaka, who do you start there? Brandon Williams? No.
I'm looking for the
That is
rope.
the problem. We don't have a replacement for Wan Bissaka. I mean, just hope. If I mean not hope, just think if he gets injured, what happens? What happens? Who plays? Brandon
At
Williams
least for
obviously is the
Bruno,
choice.
at least for Bruno, we have a Van de Beek. We have a Pogba who can slot in there. But Tuanzebe at right back with his erroneous decision making, I
Fosu
have
Mensah
I
coming
have
in
no
again,
idea what's
same
going to
thing.
happen. It's
If
either
Wan
Lindelof
Bissaka,
or Bai playing at right back whenever Wan Bissaka is, and that's the point Neil took because Redmond against Wan Bissaka in this fatigue-prone season that he's having, even though he's doing an amazing job of it, because the last match against Arsenal he was popping up right up there and giving crosses, good crosses. But still, at this point of time, okay, Herbert says we rested versus Sheffield and lost. Play the best team, no more chances. Again, people, if Ole plays the best team, people will come. Where is Van de Beek? Why are you not playing Alex Telles? Why is Tuanzebe being benched for having one good game against PSG and three other bad games in succession? Like we ourselves are confused at this point of time. So let's hope that it's up to Ole. And why don't we have a prediction time for the United? Because I don't have a podcast tonight, so let's just have a predictions. United versus Southampton
Home match.
at
That's what
home.
I'm most scared about that because I don't know what is happening to us at home. I mean, why can't we put in a decent performance while we are at Old Trafford this season when away we are the kings of the Premier League at this stage?
Right.
Prediction. Uh 1-1 draw.
Correct. Even I'll go with a 1-1 draw because Southampton at this point of time have hit that low flame of form, and they always United are always conceding the first goal, and just like Sheffield, without Maguire, we did not create any chances. You need Bruno to step up personally because Bruno is not having a bad game. He is averaging out between all the players. He was 9 or 10 in every match. He's just coming down to a 7 or a 6.5 or a 7.5. But this is the front line. If three players decide, okay, so today I am not playing, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So we'll keep this discussion at a premium over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the FPL podcast. 45 minutes to approximately to go to the FPL deadline. So if you need that advice that on the just given, just rewind to the start of the video. I'll be posting it. You can have it. If you watch it at 2x speed, you can still make it at time, and you'll have time to spare to have those nachos. So 1-1 prediction by Onda, I'll say the same, a 1-1 or a 2-2 draw like last season, and United going to fourth while Liverpool win. Disaster of a February, start of a February. But let's hope. Title winning season, no. But next season, if United are supported, I'll not go in with hope. Then maybe we can make a cause. Final thoughts. What I say is the question that finally I would like to ask you is Sergio Ramos to Man United. Are rumors all over again, or do you think this has substance this point of time?
No, not at this. I don't want to believe this at this point of time because lots of talks come out. Sergio Ramos has been linked for a long time. Nothing has come of it. But again, on the flip side,
Let's say
if it
he
does happen,
comes, and does he
yeah,
improve the defense
he,
at
he
35-year-old like Thiago Silva did with Chelsea?
well, yes, he's still playing brilliantly. You can't argue with that. He's
He's
still
the
a
top
great
three
player.
defenders in the world at this
Yeah,
point of time.
and he's a big goal threat, and he has that leadership mentality. If he comes in and if he infuses that, that could very well be a turning point in the history of Manchester United.
You know what this reminds me of? Laurent Blanc signed from in Laurent Blanc signed for Man United when he was 35, played 2 seasons, one as a left back, one as a centre half. Maybe Sergio Ramos can give, because if United are serious next season, I don't care if it's for 1 season like an RVP effect. Give
Hmm.
Sergio Ramos the 21 jersey, even the and even sell Phil Jones, give that number for jersey, whatever he wants. Even the wage that was quoted 212 million to 212K per week isn't that much. But I think anyone over Lindelof at this point of time. But
Sergio Ramos is what. Yes.
contrasting to that fact that Upamecano's agent came out and said that two Premier League clubs are on the race, and probably Liverpool aren't one of them because probably they'll sign Ozan Kabak, and I don't know because maybe they'll not agree the loan extension and send Ozan Kabak back and go for Upamecano. But one hand you have Sergio Ramos on a free, another hand you have Upamecano with a 36 million release clause who's injury prone. Ted and Mengi coming in. What do you think is the viable option?
I say go for Ramos because, as I said, the mentality needs to be there, which is not at this point of time. Yes, Bruno has given something, but we need it to be fully there to challenge for the title. You need that mental setup first, that you have to win games, and that comes with Sergio Ramos.
Herbert says Ramos to United, absolutely not. 35 years to the Premier League, don't want him. Like, look at Thiago Silva, 36, turning, he's marshalling the defense. You don't need pacey players. I am sure Sergio Ramos still faces pacey players and he's still good at what he does. But what concerns me in this point is he'll have Harry Maguire next to him.
Yeah,
That's
that is.
disaster. That's disaster. Because we saw how vulnerable Spain were when Sergio Ramos played with What's that defender United were linked with? I forgot. Villarreal one. Can
I
anyone tell
don't.
me in the comments what was the United the defender that United was linked in with the Pau Torres? Pau Torres.
Pau Torres,
Pau
yeah, yeah.
Torres. Same kind of a Maguire kind of a player, slow, good on the ball, good dribbler with the ball, penetrates into midfield but cannot recover. And if United intend to play that high line possession game, which they are trialing out in the this season, playing out from the back and stuff, that Ramos will help. But unless you have a Bai next to Ramos, or unless you have a Tuanzebe next to Ramos, it's like it's disaster all over again, isn't it?
Obviously, with two slow center backs are very difficult, and in a pacey league like the Premier League, where the opponents will pounce at you if given a chance. If Ramos and Maguire do start, you need a solid defensive central defensive midfielder like a Declan Rice,
Who
who
will mop
can
up?
recover,
Who
who can
will mop
slot
up?
in there. If you have that, yes, then obviously go for it. And pacey center backs. If Bai stays fit, he's got great pace. Tedian
But
Mengi,
how
if
to
he
drop
develops,
Maguire? Even the captaincy, because Ramos is not going to be coming here and get captained by Maguire for heaven's sake.
then give the armband to Bruno.
Very viable option. And I think Ramos is a kind of a personality would love that. Okay, Neil says you sign Ramos, we sign Robin counter. Oh, okay. We'll keep this show at a premium over here.
This
And
is
thanks,
actually, yeah.
Ananda. Yeah, go on, go on.
This is actually all speculative. 90% chance Sergio Ramos will not come. So yeah, we are just living in hope.
It's all speculation versus Man United, isn't it? It's the pipeline it's the theater of dreams for a reason. So okay, we'll keep this show at a premium with this PES Mobile 21 stream coming up. Charge dene do pehle. So Ananda, thanks for joining in on such short notice as well. Man United versus Southampton. We'll hope it's a good game. We hope we win, but we don't hope we lose at this point of time because the points will be crucial in January. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Those who have joined in just now, hit that subscribe button. Bhai 20 baki hai to get to 500. Everyone who's watching, send it to 5 of your friends and ask them to subscribe with Ananda included. And we can, guys, reach that 500 mark. Just need a bit of a help. Don't go ignore. यार subscribe बोलने से यार सब लोग ऐसे क्यों करता है कि किडनी मांग लिया भाई? No man, I've not signed Messi's contract. That's expensive. Not subscribing to my channel. So for more amazing content, keep stay tuned. Thanks, Ananda, once again. This is your boy
My pleasure.
Netflix. This is not him. This is your boy Neil for Netflix football. And let's see you in 1 hour with the PES mobile stream. Bye bye. Bye bye, Ananda.